Up to me, like we keep on saying, we want to see Benavidez. Canelo, hell of a fighter, but my personal.
If it were up to me, like many fans keep saying, we want to see Benavidez take on Canelo. Canelo Alvarez is a hell of a fighter, but in my personal opinion, he's ducking Benavidez. Many people praise Canelo because he can pick and choose his opponents, but I'm going to tell you the truth about Canelo. He's avoiding tough fights. Some boxing professionals have differing opinions on Canelo Alvarez's recent bout with Edgar Berlanga. While some have criticized Canelo for cherry-picking easier opponents, others believe that Canelo Alvarez is at a stage in his career where he can choose as many opponents as he likes a reward for building such a prolific career. Floyd Mayweather, however, isn't taking a definitive side. He shares some of Canelo's sentiments to an extent, but, as always, ends up bringing the conversation back to himself. During the build-up to Canelo's fight, Alvarez had compared his decision to avoid certain fighters to how Mayweather chose his opponents during his later career. Canelo accused Mayweather of choosing fighters he knew he could beat, including some who had no prior boxing experience. Mayweather, responding to Canelo's comparison, dismissed it outright. "He shouldn't compare his case with mine," Floyd remarked. "I fought everyone until there was no one left. Canelo still has fighters calling him out, yet he's ducking them. He's going to feast on Berlanga and feel like a champ again, but he's taking the wrong fights. Y'all keep praising this dude. This dude was nothing when I beat him. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude." Mayweather reiterated a point he made months ago. Canelo should give fans the fight they really want to see. He should fight Benavidez. If he doesn't, it's only going to get worse for him, Floyd stated. Benavidez has been calling for this matchup for years. Despite being the WBC mandatory challenger, Canelo dismissed the bout, arguing that Benavidez brings nothing but extra weight to the table. "He brings 25 pounds more than me on fight night," Canelo claimed. However, he placed a $20 million bounty on the fight, pricing himself out of a contest he admitted would be risky. Mayweather, echoing public sentiment, believes Canelo is indeed avoiding the Mexican monster. "In my opinion, he's ducking Benavidez," Mayweather remarked. "He's moving up to different weight classes, but the fight we all want is against Benavidez. Canelo is a great fighter, but he's picking his opponents now, and it's obvious." Mayweather called on Canelo to make the fight happen, saying, "We keep talking about this, let's just make it happen." Benavidez, tired of waiting for a shot at the 168-pound belts, decided to stay at light heavyweight and prepare to face the winner of the October bout between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. This situation is reminiscent of Canelo's own past when he faced Mayweather in 2013. Canelo was a young champion with a record of 42-0-1 and was seen as a rising star. However, Mayweather gave him a masterclass in defensive boxing, controlling the fight and landing sharp counterpunches. Many see that loss as a turning point in Canelo's career, exposing him to a new level of skill in the sport. In a recent interview with DAZN Boxing, Canelo was asked if he would be interested in fighting Mayweather again. "Yes, of course," Canelo replied. "I would love to have the opportunity for revenge, though I know it's unlikely." Canelo's desire for a rematch isn't just about his defeat, but also stems from Mayweather's constant criticisms. Mayweather often doesn't mind his own business, firing shots at Canelo for avoiding Benavidez. Ironically, earlier in his career, Mayweather supported Canelo's right to choose his fights. This inconsistency hasn't gone unnoticed. Yet, Canelo Alvarez stands as the epitome of Mexican boxing prowess today, a position that Mayweather once held in his prime. Recently, in an unexpected turn, the retired legend threw his support behind Canelo's decision to face Jaime Munguia, instead of taking on a more challenging opponent like Benavidez. "When you're in a certain position, you've earned the right to pick your fights," Mayweather stated. This endorsement surprised many, considering Munguia's relatively lesser stature in the boxing world. Mayweather elaborated to fight hype media. "I was in that same situation. Canelo didn't beat the champions by struggling, he dominated them. He tested his skills at light heavyweight and won a title. He has nothing left to prove. He already fought everybody and beat the best. For Canelo, Mayweather's endorsement held special significance. He expressed his gratitude, saying, "Coming from him, who has been there and done everything, it makes me feel special." Despite nearing the end of his career, Canelo remains undeterred. He's determined to maintain his top-tier status, fueled by Mayweather's endorsement and his own drive. Canelo revealed his intention to continue fighting for at least another 4 years, aiming to maximize his potential. Looking ahead, he has his sights set on staging a monumental event in Mexico City, aiming to solidify his legacy as one of the sport's all-time greats. However, Canelo's plans have not silenced his critics. Another boxing legend, Mike Tyson, has voiced his opinion about Canelo's recent opponent choices. Tyson openly labeled Canelo "afraid" ahead of his fight with Edgar Berlanga. The champion defended his super middleweight belts against Berlanga at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, fighting on Mexican Independence Day. Berlanga, though undefeated, isn't seen as being on the same level as Benavidez. Earlier this year, Canelo reportedly turned down an opportunity to face Benavidez. Reacting to this, Tyson said, "I can't believe it. Canelo rejected $60 million to fight Benavidez, who is young, strong, and full of Mexican pride. What's wrong with Canelo? Is he afraid of losing? Does he not want to give the fans the fight they want to see?" Tyson added, "If I were him, I'd accept the fight and show the world that I'm the best." Despite these critiques, Canelo remains focused on his own path. He acknowledged a change in his motivation, admitting that he no longer feels the same drive to prove himself against every potential challenger. "I fought everybody already," Canelo stated during a press conference. "I've had legendary fights with Cotto, Golovkin. They brought me a legacy. I don't need to fight just anyone for the sake of it." When asked about fighting Benavidez, Canelo's response was clear. "If the money is right, I'm in. But he doesn't bring me legacy, he brings nothing I need." Canelo has reportedly demanded upwards of $125 million to face Benavidez, leaving fans questioning if he is pricing himself out intentionally. Saudi Arabia's Turki Al-Sheikh has shown interest in backing a Canelo fight against Terence Crawford, but it's unclear how much funding would be available for a matchup with Benavidez. Meanwhile, Benavidez is not sitting idle. After feeling neglected by Canelo's refusal to fight, he moved up to light heavyweight and earned a June victory over a former world champion. He's now set for another bout on December 14. As for Canelo, he seems to be moving forward with his career on his own terms. He faces Berlanga, an undefeated fighter, but one who many believe doesn't offer the same challenge that Benavidez would have. Canelo's stance has led to criticism from other boxing figures, including Saudi boxing chief Turki Al-Sheikh, who claims Canelo is avoiding difficult fights. Canelo himself admits that his approach to choosing opponents has changed. "I always fought the best, but now I fight who I want. My career is at a stage where I don't need to prove anything," he said. This change in perspective has left some fans feeling conflicted about Canelo's legacy. However, Canelo remains confident and focused on his future. "I take care of myself and train hard. I go fight by fight, and right now I feel better than ever," he explained. When asked about his long-term plans, he expressed interest in fighting at Mexico City's iconic Azteca Stadium, wanting to create a memorable event for his homeland. Canelo's upcoming bout with Berlanga is a clash between two nations known for producing elite boxers, Mexico